Hey there, it's the Camel again, and welcome back to Camel Kingdom. We're again in this little park, which I've already explained a little bit more in the recent episodes, that I'm going to do this a little bit differently from how it was going on at the beginning a few months ago. So now we are going to do the Mainstreet and even more, but before going into this video and what I'm doing in this video, I just want to explain that I figured while I was building the Mainstreet in the last week, and it's still not done, I plan to do 3 episodes on this, so this effectively would be the second last episode. I'm pretty sure that I won't be able to do this within those 3 episodes, so I think the next episode... Wow, now I just hit my microphone, sorry for that, but I think the next episode will be... Yeah, well, it depends. The first option would be that it will be a pretty long episode with all the footage, so that we at least do have 2 episodes. Or I'm going to skip a little bit of footage, and then I will be releasing kind of the last episode with final detailing and a little bit of a real-time section. I'm not too sure, and hence why I would ask you to give me your idea what would be better. Do you want to have a pretty long episode for the next 2 episodes? So I would say it's about 30 minutes each. Or do you want to have 1 episode less, but then already see the final results, so that we can jump into the pirates area as a next area. So it's fully up to you. If the majority of you do want to see the entire process of the Mainstreet, I'm totally fine with it. I do have the footage. I'm just fearing that's a little bit boring for you, that we do spend like 4 or 5 episodes on the Mainstreet. So if you say it's could be a little bit boring, then I'll just go and do 1 or 2 more at least, or I'll do just one big episode with a little bit of skipped footage, and so no, that makes no sense. So without a little bit of footage and just the final footage, or you say it's totally fine, it's no problem to see 3 or 4 episodes of the Mainstreet again and again. I could be also doing this, so no problem at all, but I just wanted to know if it's fine for you, because I feel like it could be a little bit less interesting to see me building the Mainstreet for like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 episodes. But just give me your opinion on that, and so we will be fine. I do have all the footage, so I can just do whatever you want, so let me know. Apart from this, I just want to go into this episode right now, and this episode is basically about, I think, 2 buildings. Those will be 3 in the end, but 1 is essentially just copied around and tweaked a little bit to fill up the area. But this building in particular, which you're looking at the moment, is kind of special in the way that I wanted to create a little bit of a door, or kind of a garage, more or less, where like service vehicles and service wagons and service stuff can drive out with their stuff with their little cars or little things they need to, and plus a little bit of those festival fleets or festival wagons. I just again forgot what it's called. In the last episode you guys told me, and I forgot again. They are called party floats, something like that. I have no idea. But for them, those opening area would be a little bit small, I guess, even though the proportions in the game are pretty big, and so it could be enough. But with the festival wagon I did for the Chief Beef version, it's way too big to fit in this little garage over there. So it's basically, I think, for service vehicles and service cars, and I'm also looking into doing some of them, because I still think those things are lacking to the game at the moment. So just for cosmetic reasons, I'll try to do some little vehicles that can be used for the park stuff, to be used as cleaning up the area and stuff like that. So I will be looking into that. But this building in general is kind of normal. It's nothing too special. It's really classical, kind of those imperial buildings inspired from the American colonial time, and also the colors taken from some pictures I found from different main streets all over the world. So this is the basic idea about this building, and then just covered up the pretty normal garage in the end with those metal doors, which I used the metal roofing for, and just sticked it in upside down so that you can use it as kind of a doorway. And that's it already for this kind of little building here. I will just make a little bit of a door over here and try to bring in some more windows. Obviously, and this is also a comment that I've got in the last episode. Wow, I just hit my microphone again. I should somehow, well, I'm not going to do it right now, but I should, after this episode, change a little bit of my pop filter, because this is why I always tend to get onto my microphone, because I'm hitting the connection between the pop filter and the microphone holding system in general, so that's not good. That's just a simple side note. But what I wanted to tell is that I got the comments that some people said, yeah, it feels like there is something missing, and it looks great, but I don't know, it's, yeah, full stop before I just don't know how to explain, but the basic idea, and maybe this is a way of working which I do have exclusively, I don't know, but I love to do a general layout before I'm going into all the details. So the main street you will see in this episode and also in the next episode, no matter what will be next, but is pretty much just the basic of the main street, and the final detailing with all the flower pots and little flags and you know, signs from shops, or maybe even shops in general, and bins and lanterns and stuff like that. I like to put in later on, just because I know where I have to place them then to get a pretty nice sightline and to get an overall nice look and feel of the area. So this is basically why I always try to first of all build a general layout, which is kind of looking good already, I guess, and this is also my pretty much my target and my aim, to make it look good obviously at the beginning already, so that I just have to fill in some minor details which will effectively be the most important thing in the end, so that the entire area looks kind of finished. But apart from that, the first go of this is just general layouting, and in the end I will be going on and try to be as precise as possible with all the little details going on. So that's the basic idea. And what I'm doing right now is something really special, because I always plan to have this little area over here as kind of a backyard area where you could stuff like some rubbish in, or some bins, and obviously I won't put in some bins after this behind this door, because just from heat circulation point of view, it's pretty dumb, because like if I would place bins in there and it would be pretty hot and the smell is going upside down, it will be catched inside this little entrance area, and I think it would not smell that well. So I don't know what I'm going to place behind these walls, but I'm pretty sure that I will find something to put in there just as a little detail, maybe some control systems or something like that. I don't know, but it's just like it would make sense to have something behind this little wall, and I also need to cover it up here in front of it, so because you can walk in there, there's also a door missing I will have to put in. But apart from that, I think it's a nice addition to have this kind of little backyard area over there. Maybe it's even just a little bit of a little way where you can go into a real backyard area. I don't know, I will have to look into it. But yeah, then I tried to, and I just started to fill in some rails for maybe, as I said at the beginning, for a festival kind of thing. But yeah, in the end I skipped this. I will have left some on the main street, because I will leave them over there, I guess. I wanted to create this kind of thing with the extra railroad. You will see also, I think, in the time lapse. I don't know if I left it in or not, but I left it in. But I just figured, okay, it's way too big. You can't go with those corners as tight as I would love them to be. So I just left it out and placed it over there for a second, just to try and see what's going on in the end. And I think I might do it in the end, but not too sure whether I go with it or not. So now we are jumping into the next building actually, and this one is pretty, I don't know how to call it, it's pretty normal, I guess, or it's pretty basic. So it's nothing special about this building, but I just needed it to be as kind of a little bit of a place filler, which isn't a bad thing. So I just don't want to make this one worse than it is. It's totally important to have a building like that in your main street, because if every building would be fancy, then those who are fancy or those that are fancy wouldn't stick out as much as they do. So I think a main street is always also a kind of assembling of pretty nice looking buildings and normal but good looking ones at the same time. So it's more or less like the combination of different styles and well, not different styles, but slightly different styles that do create a main street in the end. But it's also important to have like a building that is completely crazy and well detailed in every tiny little detail, and then you do have a second one which is effectively not that well detailed, but it just fits the theme. So you do have kind of this little sideline with great looking buildings, but at the same time you do have some buildings that do stick out because of their pure beauty of details and Main Streetish like look-alike things, if that makes any sense. But yeah, what I wanted to do over here is kind of have something in front of it, like a little bit of a balcony, which isn't actually a balcony, it's just like a little bit of a roof, so people can walk beneath that one. I think for this one I won't have path underneath it, but later on in the next episode at least you will see how I used some of those little areas in front of the buildings where people can walk down beneath, and yeah, that's it. So what I wanted to create as well is something like this little stair inside the building, which is going nowhere actually, but from the point looking at it, it kind of creates the feel that there is something in the building where you can actually walk to, and this creates this kind of nice look and feel of a building that's actually usable, although it's just a building with a flat facade and nothing behind it. So which you do actually see very often in main streets and theme parks. They're just like a brilliant looking facade, and back side or even at the inside there is nothing apart from some control rooms and some computers where they can actually control the entire lighting system, for example, of the main street, and that's it. So I was also looking to do something like that, but since we have no actual windows where I could look into, which would be a really nice addition to have this little control room over there, I kind of skipped that because I just think it's not worth the effort. Because, you know, you can't see it, it's just inside. It would be really nerdy and it would be cool as well. I think I might do it in the future, but for now I'm pretty happy with how it turns out so far without having even more, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, as I said, the building in general will be a little bit more simple. I just tried to be also a little bit less heavy on pieces than I usually am. I could have gone even more crazy with all these little pieces we do have at the moment. You can create crazy things already. That's so beautiful and so brilliant, but as I said, I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible, to be not too crazy with all the buildings, which is basically because I want to build as much as possible in this park, and yeah, that's basically the reason for it. So here you can see I'm just using those windows and cover them up because this window isn't actually a window on top of it. It should be just like a little bit of a kind of detail on top of it. So this is why I closed up the window actually. So it was fully intended, so I'm not just going to fill it up. And then I created a roof with those little stone and brick pieces, which I think look pretty great as roofs. I also used them in our Thai park Garuda, because I think they do have with this slightly different texture to it, and those little kind of bricks, it looks actually like a great roof, and you can use it pretty in pretty much every shape, so that's a cool thing about those pieces. Then I tried to use some of those new flags, which wasn't actually working because those are, yeah, just a tiny little bit too big, and I would love to have them each as separate flags and not on this big like iron rail thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, this is the little building on the other side of the main street, which is yeah, just the first one on the right hand side of the main street when you just come into the park, and there is this one. And then I figured that those security cameras actually do pretty nice lamps, so they actually look like pretty decent lamps, to be honest. And those are these kind of postmodern looking Main Street lamps, which you can see pretty often in main streets actually. And I thought these would be really cool to use actually. I think I will fit in some light spots so that they are actually also glowing, or shining, I should say, and or lighting, I don't know. But yeah, so that's basically why I use them as little yeah, light sources, little lamps. So that's it. Little lamps, what? Okay, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And I think we are pretty much at the end of this episode. I think the only thing I'm going to do is just some basic detailing and some basic work with those buildings. Am I not? I don't know. Because for me the footage has ended right now. I don't know if you guys will have left some footage or not. But if not, I will put in some more screenshots right now. But for now, that should be it for this episode, and thanks for watching again. And please let me know, as I said at the beginning of the video, do you want to have a video that's filled with a lot of footage and then a real-time section to show you the final Main Street as one video, so that we can then jump into the pirate area, which would effectively mean that you will have to wait a little bit more to the next episode of the Camel Kingdom? Or do you want like 2 more episodes of just normal time-lapse videos with a lot of footage in, and pretty long episodes, but then also maybe a third one with showing the final Main Street? So just let me know what you do prefer. So thanks for watching again, and bye bye.